everybody. Welcome to Look Around the Confederation. I'm your host for the evening, Moose. And before we get started, please remember, the views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are not necessarily the views and opinions of the SCV, its GEC, nor any divisions, brigade, camps, or any other subsidiaries. How is everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? It's good to see y'all. Happy to be on the show tonight. Looking forward to a lot of great things we got to talk about. Looking through some things now. We got some great news. We got a couple announcements. Of course, couple of things I'm keeping up my sleeve towards the end of the show, and we're going to talk about it. And I can't say too much, but all I can say is there's an exciting future ahead for the overall SCV chat brand. But again, got some news here coming up for y'all, and let's see here where we're going to get started this evening. Of course, first, remember about the Stephen D. Lee Institute. So the Stephen D. Lee Institute is on February 24th through the 26th in Tampa, Florida. Here is the link for the website below. And of course, the Stephen D. Lee Institute is a place to learn and to expand your mind. This is a great event for learning how we are going to combat our enemies in today's day and age. And I went to the one last year, was definitely not disappointed, absolutely loved it to death. And I wish I would be able to make this one this year. Sadly, I can't, but maybe next year. But again, I would encourage anybody, if you can go to these events, to please, of course, go. All right. Real quick, we have an announcement from Commander Reverend Victor Smith and the Private William Riley Milton Camp 741 of the Florida Division. So most people know our friends here. So the Private William Riley Milton Camp and Commander Reverend Victor Smith will have another one-of-a-kind custom tumbler at the 2023 National Reunion to be sold off. The theme has yet to be announced, but will be announced on SCV Chat. All sales from the tumbler will go to Forrest's Last Ride Fund. Last year they raised about $65 for the museum, and they hope to beat that. And they ask that everybody stay tuned on Look Around the Confederation for more news on this. I loved the custom tumbler that they sold off last year. I was extremely jealous of it right off the bat. Wish I could have gotten it, of course. But they great camp, great guy, Victor. So I cannot wait to see the theme when y'all announce it and the actual tumbler. And of course, stay tuned to Look Around the Confederation for when they announce that. And if you are at the National Reunion, please consider trying to go up for this. You will not be disappointed. Victor made SCV Chat a custom tumbler. I have mine. I use it all the time. I love it to death. So I want to thank Victor for sending that news into me. And again, thank him for doing this in his camp. I mean, this is awesome. And so I cannot wait to see the tumbler design. He always knocks it out of the park here. Let's see here. Oh, we got a great report. There's one of our events here. Good evening, the legend, Paul Grambling Jr., the Ric Flair of the SCV. Good to see you, Commander. So I'm going to put this up here. This is an event we've been talking about. Please send me some pictures. They had a Lee Jackson banquet. They had approximately 60 people attend. They had a great banquet. And no, thank y'all for sending it in. I love seeing events come in, and I love getting the reports of how the event did afterwards. It's always a great joy of mine for this show, and it's the reason I like Look Around a lot. I love it to death is because of these types of news. The Monday show, we cover a lot of national news, our history, our culture, or how to fight this enemy today, or just destroying our enemy's arguments. But Look Around is specifically for the division and camps, to share your news, to share what you have done. And I cannot thank y'all. Y'all need to toot y'all's own horn, as our commander-in-chief would say. Thank y'all. Good job, Camp 765. And I cannot wait to see those pictures, hopefully. You can send them to scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com. and you'll be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation. Confederate Flag Day will be at Beauvoir on March 4th. If you will ask SCV Chat, or you can go to Beauvoir's own Facebook page, we can get you more information about that. Of course, I have always loved Confederate Flag Day at Beauvoir. I hate that I'm not going to be at this one this year, sadly. But man, if you have not been to an event like this at Beauvoir, let me tell you something. Being on the property of the only president of the Confederate States of America, Jefferson Davis, a Mississippian. We claim him, Kentucky. But it's beautiful. It always never fails to give me chills to make my heart throb a bit. I will always recommend going down to support their events because, again, it's always a knock out of the park. Always a knock out of the park. And we might try to have someone from Beauvoir come on soon and, of course, talk about their events. I would love for them to do that. Love Beauvoir. Will always have a special place in my heart. And if you are in the Biloxi, Mississippi region, I would highly recommend you go to Beauvoir, the last home of President Jefferson Davis, his museum, and presidential library. So thank you for selling that, Commander. Also, congrats on your election. I don't know if we ever covered y'all's camp selection on the show. So congratulations, sir. All right, getting into some other news. The annual Battle of Texas Hospital reenactment happened this past weekend, held in Quitman, Mississippi. The Samuel H. Poe Camp 255 member Jerry Mason organizes this event, which drew reenactors and spectators from all across the region. The Battle of Texas Hospital holds a special place in my heart. It is the place where I first reenacted. It's very close to where I live. And, of course, Jerry, who's in my camp, organizes that event. And, again, people, if you are in Quitman or you are close to this region, usually the event is held the third weekend in February. I would highly recommend you attend. Every year it's different. Every year it evolves. Every year it's always a knockout of the park. Sadly, I didn't get to dress out this year, and I cannot wait to dress out next year, though. Let me tell you, I'm looking forward to that. I cannot thank everybody enough who puts their heart and soul into that reenactment to make sure it's always great every year. And if you're a reenactor, a living historian, I would highly recommend you go because let me tell you, it is phenomenal, and you'll never ever be disappointed in that. Let's see here, we got some talking. We got Jack in the chat. Good to see you, Jack. Got some news from you soon. Victor Smith says Beauvoir is a gorgeous place full of history and beauty, maintained by the Mississippi Division SCV. Thank y'all for taking on that huge task. It's a team effort from everybody involved. So the Mississippi Division, United Sons of Confederate Veterans own the property, and we elect our directors to govern, and then that, of course, goes down to the Board of Trustees, and that goes down to our director, our executive director, and it goes down to everybody coming out, volunteering, helping Beauvoir when they can. Beauvoir is a team effort from all of Mississippi, and I'm very proud of that. I love Beauvoir, and I'm happy that it is a place where real history is told, and we don't have to sit there and look at another beautiful thing that our enemies try to twist and turn our history. So, yeah, I would highly recommend you go. Then again, I'm a smidge biased. Jack says he seconds the Battle of Texas Hospital. It's his favorite of the year. Jack, I cannot disagree with you. I always love it. It's between the Battle of Texas Hospital and probably Fall Muster for me. I always enjoy it, but I always enjoy getting out and reenacting. I don't get to do it much because of how busy and school, and it's just always, it feels like something. But anytime I get to go to one of these reenactments, oh, it's beautiful. The legend Paul Gramlin says he hopes to see me at HQ next week. There's a GEC meeting. He has to attend a meeting tonight, so he will bid will us farewell. I'll get it out somewhere. He hopes we have a great chat tonight. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming on, Commander, and I hope to see you as well. Workday at Beauvoir is March 18th. I have all the Beauvoir events in my calendar. I'm going to put them on here for us for the next show. That'd be a great idea. We'll be signing off soon as well. The Lone Ranger Chuck McMichael. I'm glad you're here, sir. We'll be talking about your bit of your camp news soon. I wish y'all could stay. I know you guys can't, but we're going to do it justice because I love the pictures y'all sent in for that, and we'll get to that news very soon. Jack says he loves the big battlefield at fall muster, and that he wishes sometimes that it was even bigger. It's a great event, and most important of all, it supports Beauvoir. And I couldn't agree with you more, Jack. Always love that event. That will always be special to my heart. Next bit of news. The 9th Mississippi Cavalry Camp, 1748, in Lucedale, Mississippi, recently had a shirt workshop at a local cemetery. Let me pull up a picture here for y'all. Mississippi Division Monument Chairman Forrest S. Dawes taught the group, certified 5 new members in the cert cleaning process, and they cleaned multiple headstones. I always love going out and cleaning headstones. So I want to thank the 9th Mississippi Cavalry Camp 1748 for doing that and for getting certified, man. I love seeing people get certified in the cert process. Of course, that was started by Tom Meadows. Very close man to my heart and a very big supporter of the chat. And I'm glad to see that his legacy being carried on. So that's always going to be very important to me. Thank y'all for doing that. Thank y'all for getting out there and doing that work. And I hope to be there at your next cemetery clean day. So yeah, there was a big win in Texas. We talked about this a bit Monday night. Of course, the announcement is on the SCB Chat Facebook page. If you don't know what we're talking about, we got a big monument win in Tennessee. We had the Commander-in-Chief, Jason Poe-Shears, come on Monday to talk about that. If you have not seen that news yet, I would recommend that you go to the Monday show. Or if you scroll down our Facebook feed, you will see the announcement. I might share it after the show. I want to thank you for reminding me about that. I'm probably going to more than likely go ahead and do that so people can read up on that news. Well, Mayo, that's the great thing about the SCV, and I'm glad the MOSMB does that. But the SCV is flexible, and so there's something to do for everybody's interest in this battle, because not everybody is going to have the particular set of skills to fight one battle, and we're fighting this battle all over the place, people. So there are different ways you contribute to honoring the charge and defending the Confederate soldiers' good name and taking care of that history that has been passed down to us for generations. Cleaning tombstones is one of them. Reenacting is one of them. Getting on and doing historical talks is one of them. Getting suing, getting involved in your community. There's so many layers in this fight, people. And I recommend you try to do as much as you can. I obviously understand some things might not be your cup of tea, but there's no reason you can't support as much as you can. But I agree. It's great to see people go clean out headstones. Jack want to know, did I send you the pictures from the cemetery work cleanup and the one we were storing? I think you did, Jack, but go ahead and resend it. And just in case we didn't cover that news, I'll make sure we get it covered. I want to make sure everybody's not left out in the news. Now, sometimes some things go to our spam, or sometimes I get so many emails a day that it gets flooded, or sometimes we don't have an episode in a while and we don't cover the news. And so it's deep down in there. So Jack, go ahead and send it again. I'll be able to recognize from the pictures if we covered it, and I'll let you know, brother. I did get your stuff. I'm going to read them off as an announcement. I wasn't able to have time to do a transcript like I wanted and like I told you, mainly because I've been doing schoolwork all day. I had a lot of quizzes I needed to turn in today, and that had to come first, people. I know y'all understand that. But I'll make sure I say your announcements and, of course, post them on the SCV Chat Facebook page. And, guys, when you send me a scheduled event, I will post it. Or if you're asking for something, an announcement, I always post it on the SCV Chat Facebook page after the show. Now, sometimes that might be the next day, but always look out for the SCV Chat Facebook page for announcements on the show, updates, and just stuff like this. Victor says he's going to fight like Teddy Roosevelt. Someone just needs to give him a big stick. I will buy a staff and I'll give it to you at the national reunion, Victor. No, I won't. The upcoming joke is I'm a college student and I have no money. My father's not going to buy me a giant. Don't. This is not my room. This is not my room, people. I live on a farm, and on a farm, as everybody knows, it's in the woods. It's where my family's had our farm for generations. But I don't get much of a signal out there, and so I have to come over into town and do the show. So no, this is not my room. This is a room that is being reorganized. So in my defense, yes, this room has a closet, but we're all reorganizing it as a family. Thank you. I am running for office. I'm not going to talk about that on the show. I'm not egotistical like that, but I want to thank you for that. Hope to see you there. But thank you, sir. I very much appreciate that. And either way, though, no matter win or lose, I'm here for the cause, for the SCV, and nothing else. I couldn't care. If I win or lose, it's all about the cause. And I feel like I can do something in that position. But if I don't get that position, I'm not going to just sit back and be like, well, I guess I'm done for 2 years. Now, I'm going to be busy no matter what these next 2 years. And hopefully, until the good Lord takes me off this earth, I'll be fighting for the cause. Oh, thank you, Jack. Yankees shall not pass. I like that. All right, getting into the next bit of news. It's news from my camp. It's a big event for us, so if you can support us, I would ask that you please do, of course. But I'm not just saying that because it's my camp's event. I recommend you try to make any event that you can. It's always important to support your camp and support other camps and other brigades, other divisions, and anything we can support, be there. It doesn't matter if you're just going to sit there and shoot the wind with us and talk and visit and teach, or you never know who you might be able to talk to and make them think about the war for a minute and about the Confederate soldiers. So you never know. But the Samuel H. Poe Camp number 255's biannual turkey shoot fundraiser is this Saturday. All proceeds from this event will go to camp projects, including our camp scholarship, cemetery cleanings, and much more. Again, I love this event. I'm a little biased, though, so I can't say much on that. It will be from 8 a.m. to noon this Saturday. Of course, you see the place there. It's about $5 a shot, or 5 shots for $20. We do give prize money of $20 per round, and you can email us at msscvcamp255@gmail.com for more information. So thank you, y'all. Hope you guys can come support. SCV first. That is a motto that I and Terry Arthur have come up with. It is just something that I think it's a mentality. I'm not saying put it first in your whole life. Of course, for me, that's the good Lord and my Savior, and second's family. But I'm talking about in this organization. Sometimes it's easy to do things and you're doing them for the right reasons, but along the way the lines get a little bit murky. And so what I'm saying is, put the SCV first above issues with someone, above something you don't like that's happening right now. Because again, not all of us can agree all the time. We're Southern Brotherhood, but as we all know, family fights, family has disagreements, and that's okay. But it's not okay to try to tear the other person down, or to try to ruin their plans, or to kind of pout off and be mad at it and not do anything. So that's what SCV first means to me, is no matter what disagreements I have with you, I'm going to put the Confederate soldiers' good name, the charge, the cause first. And I will fight for the cause in my own way. That's what it means to me anyway. And yes, Mississippians, stand fast. And that goes for everybody in our lovely Confederation. Stand fast. We are in a war right now, a cold war for our heritage, I do believe. And it's only going to be one if we stand together and fight together. And that doesn't mean we all have to fight the same, but it all does mean we need to fight our enemy. Going into some last bit of news tonight, and then we're going to talk for a minute, do a little SCV chat update. We haven't done one in a while. But I'm looking forward to this. And, of course, we got the parade here. And we'll go into a quick commercial break here in a minute. And then let's see. Jack, congratulations. Bless your heart, you're a little too young to get hate comments. But I definitely know how you feel. Um, I get comments all the time from people outside this organization to people inside this organization. They're never usually good these days. But congratulations. Means you're doing something good usually. Uh, just sit back, take the advice of your Southern brothers, Jack, and everything will be okay. And keep fighting for the cause, my man. You and your camp do a great job, and do not let anybody tell you different. Jack said we blocked them. Oh, okay. Speaking of Jack, his camp has a couple announcements again. Jack, I wasn't able to get all this up and going because of my schoolwork today, but I will cover it as an announcement. You know, they have the museum tent, a museum of the Confederate soldier. This is, of course, sponsored by the Gainesville Volunteers Camp 373. I love to see it. I love to see the continuation of defending our history. And to be honest, I want to know more about this, Jack. I might have to talk to you a bit later, and me and you can discuss a bit more about it. I would love to see what more y'all have up y'all sleeve on that. And I believe you have another announcement. I think this is about the traveling tent museum committee. If I'm right, Jack. If I'm not, please correct me. Yeah, I think your announcement you wanted to let everybody know. You can contact me regarding donations. Our committee chairman. Okay, there's Jack. Great kid. He's doing a lot for the cause. He's going to go out and do great things in this organization. Make sure that you listen to this announcement. And I'll post these announcements afterwards. This is because, again, I just didn't have time to transcribe it to put it on the screen right now. Look Around takes a lot more work than it seems, and I thought 40 minutes was enough to get all the news you saw here tonight ready. It is not. Sometimes you kind of forget that when you haven't done the news in a while, because it can be easy sometimes to set up stuff behind the scenes, and sometimes it's not. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this announcement. It says that the Traveling Museum Tent Committee is interested in anybody who would like to donate. Period. War between the states, 1861 to 1865 Confederate items. These will be permanently displayed in our traveling museum. These will help teach the experiences of the Confederate soldier. These items would be in the great care and protector of our membership. This would be used to teach future generations the true history. And the tent will be brought to public spaces, events, schools in Pearl River and Hancock County. Donors may have their name displayed with the item, and our camp will truly appreciate your donations. So, there's the announcement. I will remake the announcement next week, and of course, post it after the show tonight. I love seeing these new museums come up. I love seeing our National Museum. I love seeing the museum at Beauvoir. Museums, people say today are, a dying thing, and I disagree with that slightly. You're always going to have parents take their kids to museums, and you're always going to have people go to museums. Maybe not as much as they would in the past because people's interest in history has sadly declined, but it is a tool. It is a tool to teach history. And if you don't teach history, people, just look around us. That is what's happened. We've had these museums that we've supported over the years, but they've turned their backs on us now. And they are one of the tools that our enemies have used as well as teachings in schools and stuff like that, like universities, high school, middle school level. And it's a multi-step plan into taking back our narrative. So please support any museum you can that truly defends the Confederate soldier's good name and teaches real history. Make sure you do your research. If you hear that an SCV camp is sponsoring it, more likely that that museum is going to be great. So I'm so happy that y'all are doing that, Jack. Please tell me more information about it. I might have either you or y'all's chairman come on the show one day and talk about this museum. I'd just love to hear more about it. Let's see here. We got an announcement from Victor, I think. that his camp had elections in January, and he was elected for his second term as camp commander, third term as chaplain, and third term as quartermaster. Congratulations, sir. Elections in Mississippi are this year as well. Of course, Mississippi kind of doing around the June mark around our division reunions. My camp will be having elections. My brigade will be having elections. So I would like to give my big congratulations to you, Victor. You have done an outstanding job over there in Florida. You Florida boys help everybody else have a nice challenge. It's always good, friendly competition within divisions, I would like to say, but that shouldn't stop us from working together. So I'm very happy to see that you have been reelected, sir. Hope to see you again soon, Victor. And just talk shop, brother. It's been a little while since we've talked shop. And so I know you'll continue to do a great job, Victor. And I can't wait to hear more what your camp does, because people, that camp sends in a lot of news. They do a lot. And anytime a camp always continuously sends in news, like, the Pennsylvania Vindicators camp, Mr. Ricky, I like to take the time and thank him, because I love getting news. I love being flooded with news. If we don't brag about this stuff in a humble-ish way, people aren't going to know we've done anything, and our enemies need to know we've done something, and we need to know we do something. So please keep sending you news. Thank y'all, sir. Headed off. Y'all you take care too, Jack. Is your camp hosting the division reunion this year, David? Wow. Ooh. Good luck with that. The 5th Brigade's hosting the Mississippi Division reunion. It has been a fun little challenge. And I mean that in the greatest way possible, of course. I like challenges. I like trying to improve myself. And sometimes, I mess up. That's part of life, people. And it's always good to mess up and rebound like that. Luckily, I haven't messed up anything for the Mississippi Division reunion. That would just near about make me die of embarrassment. But kudos for people who take on reunions. It's an important job that we need to continue to do. You are going to be in Paris, Tennessee, March 11th. I thought you meant like Paris, France. And I was like, wow. Paris, Tennessee, March 11th. We're going to have a Civil War living history event at the Courthouse Square. Awesome. Congratulations. SCV chat is the child of the great state of Florida. He's not wrong, people. SCV chat was founded at the National Division reunion held in Florida 3 years ago now. That hurts. Or close to 3 years anyway, I believe. And that's when me, Connor got together. We talked about this crazy idea. Then we jumped over. We hoodwinked poor Jason into it. Then Larry. Then Adam. And it is this thing today that I could not be more blessed with. And I can continue to say thank y'all for your support. David said his camp is hosting, and the division webpage for you can look at the Tennessee Division webpage for more details. They need to have reservations by March 15th. So please support them if you're planning on going to the Tennessee Division reunion. Asheville is hosting the North Carolina Division reunion in April. Congratulations. Good to see it again. People, be proud of this stuff. This is a lot of hard work we do. And again, anything we can do to forward the charge. And these reunions, people are like, well, does that really forward the charge? Yes, it's where we get our business done. It's where we meet together, discuss game plans, and have a good time with our fellow brothers. So please understand how important these are and how much goes into planning a division or a national reunion. A lot goes into it. So thank y'all for taking that on. So yeah, Victor says yeehaw for Florida. All right, we're going to get in. Well, that's not it. We're going to get into our last bit of news for the night, people. Members of the Louisiana Division took part in the West Monroe Mardi Gras Parade. I'm a big Mardi Gras guy, so I'm very happy to get this news. So we're going to be kind of switching around from pictures to talking points. So it's going to be a little crazy here for a second, so please bear with me. The parade had about 150,000 spectators present. Of course, this is an approximation. Approximately, I'll say it right eventually, but they had about 150,000 members there. We'll just say that now. This first picture here is of all the members that participated in the parade. This second picture here, we're going to go through these and talk about them. The second picture is of a cannon trailer and other trailers so members and ladies could ride along. Here's one of my favorite pictures of all time. Just look how cool this is. The third picture is of the infantry company firing a salute. Just look how awesome that is. That is amazing. And this last picture is of, let's see here. The infantry also marched and fired the entire 5 miles, might I add. But this final picture is an overview of the leading banner and the infantry. So again, y'all did a great job. Let me take this off here for a minute, and y'all could see this. These are some beautiful pictures, and they look like they had a great time. And of course, they got out the charge to all these people. And so I cannot thank you guys who participated in that event enough. I love Mardi Gras. Love to see that y'all are doing a lot. And again, people, just getting involved in your community helps us fight so much. And doing something like this where we have just been exposed to around 150,000 people, that's good exposure. And that's a good thing because, as a lot of people said, the SCV is some of the best kept secrets in the world, especially in the South or in the United States. So again, make sure you get out in your community, do stuff like this, help out in the community. That will really be awesome. And of course, take parts in these parades. That again, it gets our name out there and it shows people who we really are, not the lies that people tell about us or anything like that. I do believe that is our last bit of news for the evening. Again, I'm going to take a quick commercial break and we're just going to sit back and relax and just talk a bit on a couple things. Let's see here. Which sponsor do I want to do first? Let's see here. I'm just going to talk about a couple things and talk about just great things going on. So let me get the. It's hard to produce when you're also the one hosting. So sometimes I'm sorry it takes me a minute, just how it is. So please get involved in the community. Well, thank you for tuning in. We probably won't be on much longer. We're going to have a shorter episode tonight. Got a good bit of news, but at the same time, I didn't get a guest for the evening. I just wanted to kind of cover the news. So we'll sit back and talk for a minute about issues or news on other things that y'all might have questions on, or just talk about SCV chat in general. But before we do that, please know that tonight's sponsor is the Kennedy twins' new book, Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government. The High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government shows Jefferson Davis was a leader of the high road to emancipation. He looked for a day in which slaves would be prepared to live and participate in society. He did more than advocate for a high road to emancipation. He practiced his beliefs in the ultimate emancipation of Southern slaves. Many of his former slaves left for prosperity, and their testimonies about how their former master prepared them for freedom and being a self-sustaining member of society. Again, people, this is ammunition. This is facts in our head that aren't commonly out there. I'm going to get the book. We're probably going to do a book review. This has piqued my interest a lot. So please go out and get the Kennedy Twins' new books. You can get them at www.kennedytwins.com or many online bookstores. I would highly recommend it. It's a great book. We're hearing great things about it every day. And we want to thank the Kennedy Twins for sponsoring this Pop-Tart break. And we'll be right back after this Pop-Tart break.
There is a place nestled in the rolling farmland of southern Middle Tennessee. A home constructed in 1837, nearly lost to the ravages of war. Saved by a servant and a Confederate general. A place where families loved and lost. If walls could talk, what stories could be told? If a place, a home, can feel love, loss, pain. Surely this is one of those places. Nearby is a more recent structure, and inside are the stories of heroes and heroines, stories of battles won and lost, stories of sacrifices made by the people of its native soil. A place that will tell the true and complete story of the Southland and the war fought for its freedom. From the causes that led to the conflict to the modern-day struggles to protect Southern history. Historic Elm Springs and the Confederate Museum at Elm Springs are the general headquarters for the Sons of Confederate Veterans. A place where the story of the Southland and its historic struggle is preserved and told. Come and discover your history.
And that's always a beautiful commercial to me. Beautiful ad break. Again, thank the Kennedy twins, the newest book, Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government, for sponsoring the Pop-Tart break. So we're going to go over you can shoot some messages in the chat that maybe some news that I've missed going around. And of course, I recommend that you share all news, either good, positive news or negative news about if we're being attacked or something, to scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com so we can talk about it on the next episode of Look Around the Confederation. I highly encourage everybody to do that. I also highly encourage everybody to share right now. Share this, share it, get it out. Let's show people what we're doing here. We are a positive influence. So let's do it, people. Let's get this news out here, out in the world. All right. So just going to talk a bit, just go over a couple things. SCV chat is in another boom period. We're very happy, and we can't thank you, chat heads, enough for supporting us. We've got some interesting things coming down the horizon that I cannot wait to talk about, and a couple of great updates. One thing I will say is that me and GCB are looking to bring in more people for the show and to help us out. So if you know anybody that'd be interested in producing, hosting, or graphic design work or anything of these natures, to please reach out to us at scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com, and we will do an interview process. And we want to go ahead and say beforehand, if we don't ask you to come on the team, please don't take it hard. We're looking for some specific set of skills, and anything that we feel like can help and continue to improve SCV chat. And I'm trying to say that in a very nice way. I just don't want anybody that if we don't ask you to come on, stuff like that, But me and GCB are looking for a couple things like that. Got a bit more news to share, hopefully in the near future. Victor, please email at scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com. Trust me, David, I feel like that. And that's one of the things we're talking about tonight. Just having someone come in and get the news ready would be a big help. Again, I've been busy all day today doing schoolwork. And, before I even go home and eat tonight, I got one more quiz I need to do. So it's just things like that, and, GCB, I mean, he's getting floored at the evil work. And so he's busy a lot of times. And so we just need a couple more hands to reach out and talk about it. And we don't know if we're going to do anything yet also. So don't be harsh if we just change our minds. This is just something that we've been thinking about. And while I was on Look Around, wanted to talk about it and just say we have it. We're thinking about things. We might change our mind, but that's how it goes sometimes. Congrats! You have 200 members in the Friends group. Congratulations, sir. Y'all do a great job over there on Friday nights. Sadly, I don't get to go to a lot of them because Fridays I'm usually working or at home with family visiting and eating supper. And I try to put it on my phone or put it on the TV as much as I can because I love hearing y'all's conversations. These historical talks are just talks in general are very interesting and good for all of us. So I'm so happy to see so many of these online things pop up like SCV chat. I take great pride in seeing those pop up nowadays, like Look Around Florida, Of course, David's friends, Friday night lights live streams. I love them to death. So I want to keep seeing those pop up, people. And if you feel like you need to do this in your region, do it. Do it. Don't let nothing stop you. I would be happy to help you out in any way you can with any questions or advice I can give you. Just do it. That is an idea. Oh, our past commander in chief's going to regret leaving. I would love to have an episode like that. And of course, back a while ago, we talked about SCV chats, some plans we have for additional content. And one of them was like a just funny vignette or sketches just to ease the day. There's so much bad things or negative things out in the world today, and we're always fighting this war. And so sometimes it's good to sit back, relax, and enjoy some friendship and brotherhood like this. So yeah, I would love to see Dixie cruising with the Lone Ranger, Chuck McMichael, and Hank. I believe that'd be a great show right there, people. Multiple seasons, automatically greenlit. Let's put this up here. David says on March 4th, we're going to be doing showing Confederate music from the World War I era and prior. Interesting. I like this. I like these ideas. Keep them going. But just want to say that. Want to get that out there. Just a little SCV chat news, maybe. We don't know yet. We're still talking behind the scenes a lot about this, but sometimes you need to grow the team and some more. So we're going to keep talking some things out. But please send your stuff in the meantime. Getting people's interest in this will definitely be helpful and more likely swaying us to do it. I have a problem of I like to control projects, and that's a fault of mine. GCB has the same thing. Me and him are both control freaks. So that's one of our problems is asking for help and taking on too much. It's a fault of mine that I wish that I could change, but sometimes you can't. It's in your brain. But keep sending those in, please. David said that Dixie was recorded at least 30 times in the first 15 years of the recording industry. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. I love Dixie. Please remember, we're going to go ahead and sign off tonight. Again, that was just a bit of talking, catching up. Remember to please share this episode, and please remember to tune in Monday, SCV chat, same Confederate place, same Confederate time, 7 p.m. Confederate Standard Time. We will have our executive director of the SCV, Adam Southern, on to give a Hearth and Home episode update about the museum, Elm Springs, and everything going on at the natural headquarters of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. I cannot wait for this. It's always awesome. Take nab it, Victor. I wish I wouldn't have saw that comment right as I was in that. But it's a great episode to, again, get to know your headquarters people. So make sure to tune in Monday. Make sure to share this episode. Get this news out, people. Victor says Southern monuments with your host, Forrest Papa Moose dolls would be very interesting. I couldn't agree more. Don't go to the altar of history for worship. Go for inspiration. Truer words can never be spoken, David. Thank you all for tuning in. And remember to send your news, pictures, short videos, and write-ups to scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com, and you'll be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation. And if you are a camp or division with a project that you'd like to talk about live on Look Around the Confederation, you can email us at the same email address, scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com, and we will get you down to be a guest on one of these shows. So I want to thank everybody for watching. A bit more of a laid-back episode, a bit shorter one. Again, I just didn't want to have a host on tonight. I wanted to go over the news, make sure I didn't miss anything and stuff like that. And I felt like it was a good episode, a great time. Thank you, everybody, for telling me. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in, chat heads. And remember to please share to any SCV Confederate friendly groups you know. Again, can't just tell it to the people who know it. Let's send it out to people that don't. Thank you guys for watching. See you Monday. And remember, my friends, to stay Southern. Good night, everybody. Ref Rob.